What a stunning scene. You'd have to hold back the urge to gush about it for years to come up with it. The starry legs were already overpowered enough, and she even added a close-up of her starry little feet. It reminds me of the scene that Cantarella sticks out her tongue. Mornye's personality is truly delightful, the type of sweet, soft, and obedient genius junior girl trope we all love. When she first met Rover, she was buried in work, but the second she laid eyes on him, she couldn't believe it at first. She blinked and looked again. It was the senior she'd been longing for day and night. It was like a total mind-blower for her. Even though she'd become a professor, she held back her excitement and said to herself, as well as Rover,
别紧张。
When Rover asked, "Excuse me, are you?" A flicker of disappointment crossed her eyes. She knew Rover didn't remember her anymore, but she quickly composed herself.
初次见面，我是莫宁，深空联合研究院的研究者，星剧学院的教授。
Just hearing her self-introduction, you could feel the longing she held for Rover. Then, Rover asked in confusion. Mornye slipped back into the dynamic they shared, the one from the days when Rover still had his memories, catching Rover completely off guard.
我看起来还不像教授吗？
She thought her tone had made him misunderstand, but in truth, she was dying to prove to her senior how far she'd come, that she was now a professor, capable of standing on her own. It was obvious how thrilled Mornye was to see Rover again. When Rover introduced himself, Mornye replied simply,
我知道。
That one line alone, not only did it hit Rover hard, I'm sure you could feel it too. The surging emotions behind her calm words. And let's not forget that tape recording scene. Logically, Rover shouldn't have any memories of Lahai Roy. When he left back then, he must have made everyone promise not to mention his past. But I strongly suspect that Mornye couldn't bear the thought of Rover forgetting anything about her. So when wiping the tape records, she deliberately preserved a single memory of herself in his mind, all without interfering with his plans. That's our Mornye, sharp as a tack. Compare her to silly Camellia, whose memory gets wiped clean at the drop of a hat. Her character file also mentions a figure she'll never forget in her heart. Needless to say, that figure is none other than Rover. Her abilities are pretty fascinating too. She can precisely control the internal components of machinery within a 20-meter radius with pinpoint accuracy. Does that mean her physical body is weak as a kitten, and she relies entirely on external gear? That would explain why her combat movements all feature remote-controlled drone cannons, or skills where she hacks into orbital cannons by typing code. One thing worth noting, Mornye's condition wasn't caused by an accident. She was born with congenital lumbosacral nerve hypoplasia, meaning permanent loss of motor function below the coccyx. Later, she got a custom-built neural interventional prosthetic system. It seems there are no tragic plot twists between Rover and Mornye, only the admiration and longing of a junior girl for her senior. Finally, let's take a moment to appreciate the newly released Mornye voice line animation. Let's be real, this has become a must-see segment every update.